Hi, everybody,
Hey, this is Noreen.
and Phil, and we're back with another episode of Two Adults and a Baby 80s movie reviews.
Yes, we're back and we're going to be reviewing Back to the Future
One of your favorites, I'm sure.
with the amazing Michael J. Fox.
Right, Michael J. Fox in his starring role, and let's get into it. Most of you have probably already seen it. I don't think we need to talk about what it's about. Noreen, let's just start. What do you think
So,
is great about this movie?
Michael J. Fox, of course. Like he's incredible. He's got all this confidence. You ask my father, he's like one of his favorite actors. This movie was just a really fun movie, a really cool idea of him traveling back in time travel. And yeah, like he goes back in time and he sees what his parents were like. And you know what I found really cool about this was, it starts off with his parents sort of like, kind of like struggling. His father was sort of like the underdog. And then he goes back in time, to see what his parents were like when they were younger. And, I think him going back in time actually overall, in the end, helped his family. So again, spoiler alerts, we talk about the whole movie in case, you haven't seen this movie. It's really great.
Yeah, it's just extremely charismatic. Michael J.
He was
Fox.
always wonderful
Yeah.
on that show. What was that show he was on?
So
It was like,
Family Ties.
yes, I believe so. Family Ties, where you have like I guess the hippie parents, and he was I guess the yuppie, the '80s yuppie, right?
Yeah, he plays like the '80s yuppie. I think he has a briefcase, and
He lets it be
loves.
known that he's a Republican,
Yeah,
right?
he loves Reagan.
He loves Reagan, so yeah, he loves money, economics. Oh, he loves money. He talks about money all the time on
Yeah,
the show. But yeah, like in this movie, he was similar in the sense that yeah, he's just this very confident guy, and he sees his father sort of like struggling, and it's interesting that he goes back in time and sees what his father was like. His father would get picked on by, and again, you have like the '80s, bully. What was his name? Biff.
Biff. Yeah,
Yeah. He was the actor did a really great job playing this bully, but yeah, he was just very, very cruel to him, and yeah, it kind of just talks about how like I guess Marty in a way, that's his character in the movie. Marty, he kind of helped his father gain some confidence, and towards the end, you see his parents, happy and confident, and that kind of when he traveled back to the present, their lives were much better because the father was able to be brave and stand up to Biff.
yeah, that's it too. He goes back and he helps his father, but it's his father who, in the end, takes on Biff. Right?
Yeah,
That he
yeah, punches him in the face. Yeah.
right. He helps him. He guides him there, and that changes the whole course of his life.
Now, what did you think about the doctor in the movie?
Oh, Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd. I mean, he's just an instant '80s
Yeah.
icon, classic. Like for those of us who, what was it? We used to go to Universal Studios or Disney World.
Yeah.
Like they had the Back to the Future ride,
Yeah,
and
21 gigawatts. I always remember that. Yeah.
yeah, I think for like an '80s kid, Doc Brown also, besides Michael J. Fox being like a '80s icon, like Doc Brown, if the gadgets, the
Yeah.
kind of like eccentric
Yeah. No, he
scientist.
was very good at that role. Yeah.
Yeah, with his lab full. I mean, that was like interesting as a '80s kid seeing his workshop
Yeah.
and lab
And he
and
had very strong principles about not wanting to know anything about the future. So when Marty was trying to like deliver an important message to him, like, "Hey, you're gonna die in the future," he's like, "No, I refuse to read it. Refuse to read it." And it was just such a relief, in the end that he didn't follow his own, like strict rules, and he was able to save himself. And he had that bulletproof vest on. Yeah.
yeah, and then I mean, I think a great part is like the whole was
Seeing
it
the 1950s.
well, yeah, that's another thing too, and I think we've discussed that in other.
You and I just love seeing any movie that has like a different decade in it, and just seeing like them bring out the popular music at that time, the scenes, the everything, the
Yeah,
scenery,
yeah, and that you had it
decor.
that
Yeah.
time in the '80s. The that generation was looking back on their childhood in the
Right.
'50s and
Right.
and
Now
'60s.
we look back at the 80s or
Right, we
yeah,
we look back on them.
90s and 80s.
That
Yeah.
was our childhood, but they were looking back, and
Yeah.
so they that was probably nostalgic for
For
people
the
that
boomers,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they did a great job with
Yeah.
it with
I
the
like the Burger Hop place. That was really cool. Yeah.
yeah, the Burger Hop and the band. I like the high school band, like
Oh,
the
right. Yeah.
50s. Yeah.
Earth Angel, Earth
Yeah,
Angel. Yeah.
Earth Angel, yeah, classic songs. So you have a lot of good like you have the 50s music really brings you back in time to the 50s, the styles, the
And
music.
at the same time, you have the 80s vibes, which, of course, me and Phil love. So it's got everything, this movie. Yeah.
Right, like Dirty Dancing too. You have like that combination of the soundtrack,
Yes, that was an
like
awesome soundtrack. Yeah.
yeah, with 80s and 50s, 60s. So
Yeah.
uh
So, Phil, do you
yeah.
think that anyone else could have played this role better than Michael J.
No.
Fox? I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like sometimes you hear the like behind the scenes like, oh, we auditioned this person or that person. It's like I
Can't picture anyone else doing it.
can't picture it. It just instantly belongs to Michael J. Fox. Maybe because he's this everyman, but
But he's very confident.
he's confident, and he's not he's not like a big guy, but
He carries himself with like again, so kind of like Michael Douglas, just like with so much confidence. Carries himself with that confidence.
yeah, and he's for a good cause too.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah, he was like trying to help out his dad. Protect him from the bully. Yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine anybody else in it, and same with Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown. I mean, it's just the way it should be. So what else can we talk about this other great things about it? I like the part the scene with the clock tower. I mean,
Oh yeah.
where there's like a time, like they have to
Yeah.
do
Sort of
it.
looks like the courthouse that I work at. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the big clock, and right, the lightning has to strike it at a certain time in order for that time machine to work. Yeah, that was a good scene. Yeah.
Right, and
It was like one of those like knee jerking, like, oh my god, like, are they going to be able to do it? Are they going to be able to do it? Yeah.
yeah, done so well, and like especially I remember watching it for the first time as a child, and like that I really love that scene because
Yeah.
like you feel the tension in it. Yeah.
And the doctor's expression, right? Like when he saw the plugs were unplugged, like he's like, ugh, and then he had to like quickly go back and like try to like plug them together.
Yeah, it's very it's like captivating in that way. Like it has you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great action scenes, historical music, acting.
Yeah, going back in time and not only seeing his father but also seeing his mother. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I don't know. What did you think of it? It was a little weird, like
Yeah,
the thing with his mom, right? Even
yeah.
as a child, I remember thinking this is weird.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, seeing Michael J. Fox's like expression, like, oh my God, you're my mom. Like I thought you were supposed to be like this very serious woman, because in the beginning of the movie, he talks about how something like his mother lectured him about something, and she's like, oh, she's very serious, and and then you see like she was like this wild person when she was young, so. It's interesting, like how he saw his parents as like his own age when he traveled back in time. He saw his father, and he was looking. I love the scene where he was looking at his father in shock, like, oh my God, you're my father. Like when he goes back in time and his father's getting picked on by Biff, and he's just staring at him, and then the father turns to him and he's like, what? Why are you looking at me? Because can you imagine like going back in time and seeing like like your parents like when they're young, and you see like this whole other side to them, right? Like like, oh, they're humans like us, or they had fun also, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's seeing it.
Or oh my God, my father got picked on by Biff, like
Right, it kind of makes you think about those kind of things, like what were my parents like, and
yeah,
and
it's kind of a cool concept that he was able to go back in time and see it.
Yeah, right. Most of us like we can't do it. So
now the interesting thing is like with the Back to the Future, when I first saw the first movie, I thought he was like gonna go forward, like back to the actual future, like he was gonna go to the future. That's what I thought the first time I saw this movie, but that actually happens, I think, in the second movie. Yeah, I think he like goes to the actual future in the second movie.
Yeah, I remember being confused by the title too, like Back to the Future.
Yeah. I was a little confused by the title too, but yeah, no, it's still the first one is definitely my favorite. Really good movie.
Yeah, I think for anybody who was a child at that time, like this is one of those movies that I'll tell like if younger people are listening to this and just don't know like how like
Yeah.
big a movie this was.
Yeah, or how big of a star Michael J. Fox was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there with like Star Wars
Oh
and
yeah.
Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
and that's
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, if you haven't already, check out Back to the Future. And again, he goes back in time to the past, not to the future. But still, yeah, really great movie. Back to the Future. Check it out. Yeah.
yeah. 100% recommend it.
All
You're
right.
gonna
You all
have a
have a
good
good
time.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.